상자가 가득 차야 예절을 안다고 식사에 돈을 아낄 필요는 없어요. 그런 푼돈보다 세가의 사기와 상태가 훨씬 중요하니까.
You don't say. Greetings and salutations, everyone. I'm Ekamek. This is Limbus Company. There is new stuff out. It has been a while since Heisho Ishmael has come out, so I did pick her up via Extraction. But there's something else on Extraction now, isn't there? Thumb East Capo Mersault and Thumb Soldato Sinclair. I think that I hang on to these tickets for way too long. This is my best chance to actually get something. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 people that of the 6 that we don't want to see. With our progress right around the corner, I really shouldn't, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to throw 2 extractions out here. For the content. Why couldn't you have shown up when I was pulling for you at the time of the nerfs? Okay, second attempt. We actually do have a lot of tickets, but we might need them for when we might end up needing 2 pities, so I can't pull too hard. Well, Progress Nut is right around the corner. Okay, 2, but no more. Yep, no more. Well. We can at least look at them, can't we? Okay, so let's start off with Thumb East Soldato Sinclair. 3 + 4, Adherence to Propriety. Coin power +1 for every sum of 6 burn or tremor on cut target. If the target has a unique tremor, then gain clash power. So that's the Tremor Scorch then. Coin power +1 for every... So wait, we have 3 + 4 to 11. And then we can throw in an extra 2, so that's 15. 4 + 6, Respect the Thumb. Coin power +1 for every sum of 6 burn and tremor. Deal extra damage for each. If they have a unique tremor and it's higher than 10, then gain 2 base power. Ooh. Okay, let's count this out. At the moment we roll a 16, which is nice for a skill 2, especially unaugmented. Throw in 2 coin power, that becomes +8. But then add +2 to the base power, so we have 6 + 2 by 8. So that's 16, 6, 22. Ouch. Inflict Tremor Count. If the target has Tremor Scorch, inflict Burn Count. If target has Tremor, trigger a Tremor Burst, then reduce Tremor Count by 1. So he's gonna break even if they have 6 Tremor. Oh, and he has Tremor Count on his first coin, not his second, so the 0-0 rule is going to hit him kind of hard. Always active. Begin encounters with 15 Scorch Repellent ammo. If we spent Scorch Propellant ammo, gain damage up equal to the amount spent next turn. Unless he gets 2 skill 3 back to back, I don't think we're going to see much of a use out of this. When flipping a coin that spends Scorch Propellant ammo, if we don't have the ammo, it doesn't cancel the attacks, but the inflict burn and burn count do not apply. At 3 Pride Resonance, give ammo to an ally. Oh, 3 Pride Resonance is actually kind of weird. When one ally with the fastest deployment among those using ammo finishes an attack. If they have less than half their ammo, then spend his own Scorch Propellant ammo equal to the amount they spent and supply them with the same ammo as Scorch Propellant ammo. Can spend up to 5 ammunition once per encounter. Does anyone actually use 5 ammunition? Oh, once per encounter is pretty harsh though. If the ammo receiving identity is a thumb of an identity, is a thumb of a higher rank, supply 1 plus ammo. if they have separate values for potency and count, they're supplied at random. So that's taking Yiseng into account. If either potency or count is maxed, supply whichever is not. Okay, 4 resonance. When the one ally with the fastest deployment finish Pride resonance, so he will not be able to back. He's actually going to have a really bad time trying to back up Thumb or Salt, is what I'm finding. Once per encounter, maximum of 5 ammo gained rounds up. If their ammo count is fewer than half, regain half of their max. So in a way, he's actually better off in the back line, but only if he can get a very expensive 4 Pride resonance. If the ammo receiving identity has separate values for potency and count, they gain them at random. Etc, etc. This does not activate if there are no identities with ammo. Okay, what's the skill 2? Yeah, we looked at that. Skill 3. At 3 plus Scorched Propellant ammo, base power plus 3, deal extra damage, convert all coins to unbreakable coins. Coin power plus 1 for every 8. Sum of burn and tremor on the target plus 2. So at the moment he rolls a 17 base, but throw in the extra 2 coins and it becomes 6. 18, 23. Yeah, inflict tremor count and burn count and trigger amplitude conversion to Scorch. Inflict 1 tremor count and 3 burn. Inflict a tremor count, inflict a burn, trigger a tremor burst, reduce target's count. If we spent Scorched Propellant ammo, do it a second time. If we spent 3 Scorched Propellant ammo, do it again and reduce it again. Okay, so it goes down by 1, 2, 3 tremor count. 1 tremor count, 2 tremor count, 3 tremor count. Yikes! And it did convert it over to Tremor Scorch, didn't it? So we're actually losing burn count each time as well. 1, 2, 3. So he actually breaks 0 on this skill. Defense. Ferrous Guard. Inflict tremor against the attack when hit as long as this unit has shield 4 times per turn. Guards remain kind of bad. So, I can sort of see something to Dato Sinclair, but he's not that impressive. Let's see if you beat this. So, double slash blast. Final power plus 1 for every burn and tremor on the main target. Inflict a tremor. Bend a tiger mark round to inflict a tremor and a burn. So at the moment we're rolling a 12 base and a plus 3 offense level. But then throw in some final power, why not? 3 final power means that we hit a 15 on a skill 1. Deep sigh. Skill 2, triple slash blast. 4 plus 4. So that's a 16. Pretty simple. Final power plus 1 for every sum of burn and tremor on the main target. Plus 4. So yeah, let's just go up to 20, why not? Inflict tremor, inflict burn, inflict tremor count and burn count. And it's a 2, following up some tremor and burn, so it is actually going to end. Coming off base, that's actually pretty good. It almost makes up for the skill 1 not having any count. If target has 3 plus tremor count, trigger a tremor burst, then reduce tremor count by 1. So it's a guaranteed tremor burst then, provided you land your hits without interference. As long as we get to use at least the skill 2. But if we don't, then it won't tremor burst, which is actually nice. Okay. Skill 3, Tangle Cleaver. If we have Savage Tiger Mark round, then do something else. Coin power plus... Actually, yeah, final power. Coin power +1 for every sum of burn and tremor on the main target, maximum of 2. Okay, so that's a 12 plus a 5, that's 17. But throw in the +1 coin power, why not? Then it is +6. So that becomes 23. But keep in mind that Mersault does have Regret, which reduces the base power by 1, but adds 2 to the coin power, so all these attacks are actually going to get a lot crazier if you have someone to fund that. PS weakness... No, PS resistance, blunt weakness. You know, that actually does explain things. It explains why he was so vulnerable to Hiearch's execution. And you're slash weak but PS resistant. Okay. Anyway, on hit, spend Tiger Mark round for 3 tremor and burn. So then inflict 3 tremor count and 3 burn count. Spend a Tiger Mark round. Convert the tremor count into tremor scorch. Trigger a tremor burst. Then reduce the count by 1. Do it twice if we have a Tiger Mark round. So, yeah, it actually breaks even in terms of tremor. And in terms of burn, because tremor scorch. But Savage Tiger Slayer's perfected flurry of blades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coins. Coin power +1 for every sum of burn and tremor on the main target, to a maximum of 2. On hit, inflict tremor. On hit, inflict tremor count. On hit, inflict burn. On hit, inflict burn count. So we're at 3-4 in tremor and 3-4 in burn. On hit, trigger amplitude conversion into tremor scorch. Then trigger a tremor burst 3 times each. So we do actually come out slightly ahead, provided that there's already burn and tremor on the target. And then defense. I'm burning up! Clash Ball counter. Final power +1 for every sum of burn and tremor on the main target, to a maximum of 2. So let's see, that would be 7 + 4. So already it's a 13, which is slightly better. Although they actually break even when conditionals come into play, unless we look at this conditional. If ammo is at 0, clash power +2. Inflict tremor, twice per turn. Inflict tremor count, twice per turn. So it will actually stabilize the tremor count. And it doesn't use Tiger Mark rounds. Well, so if you're on your Savage Tiger Mark rounds, that is actually giving you a way to preserve your ammo for the skill 3. Anyway, always active. Begin with 12 Tiger Mark rounds. When flipping a coin that consumes these rounds, while not having those ammo does not cancel this unit's attack. It cancels their burn and burn count effects. This unit equipped defense skills for the first time in this encounter, or spent all his Tiger Mark rounds, or this unit is staggered. At the end of the turn, reload 8 Savage Tiger Mark rounds, gain 1 Unrelenting Spirit once per encounter. If this effect while this unit is staggered, recover from stagger unless it's a forced stagger. I have to wonder how this will work out with the town robot. Like, I mean, that's the easiest way to see a forced stagger. I want to know if he still changes his ammo around or if it waits until after he comes out of the forced stagger. Anyway, remove all Tiger Mark round if we have any left. At A+, Tiger Mark round and Savage Tiger Mark round spent. Convert Relenting Spirit. So that's a max speed +1. He rolls a 4-6. He's going to have a very hard time getting Regret. But anyway, Min and max speed +1. If we're faster than the target by 3 or more, deal speed difference and extra damage. Inflict extra tremor potency and count with the skills. Oh, so being fast is really good for him. Ooh, that would almost, but not quite, but almost be a good excuse to use Screw Loose Wallop just to give him the automatic haste. If this unit has spent 8+ over the Tiger Mark round and Savage Tiger Mark rounds, convert it over to Unrelenting Shin. Min and max speed +3. If the unit's speed is faster than by 3 or more, then deal all that and deal 2 more potency and tremor count. This is just silly. So when he goes into Tiger Mark round, he goes into Unrelenting Spirit. But if he's used 8+ rounds, then go into Shin. When using a base attack skill that spends the final round of Savage Tiger Mark round. Oh! Savage Tiger Mark, not Standard Tiger Mark. Gain attack weight +2. Gain overheat. Min and max speed +2. Base attack skills lose clash power to a maximum of 10. But you'd have to spend all 20 rounds to get that much overheating. At 8 rounds spent, gain protection for every 10% missing HP on self. At 14 rounds spent, unbreakable skills deal extra damage by 75% plus missing HP percent to 150% more damage. At 20 rounds spent, deal HP percentage damage against enemies with higher HP percentage than me. Oh, this is so brutal. Okay, once we reach 3 Sloth Owned, so that's the defensive skill. At 1+ Tiger Mark round, convert all coins of Tangle Cleaver into Unbreakable, but lose that effect when he loses all his Tiger Mark rounds. Skill coins that spend Tiger Mark round gain +1 power, but only while the coin has rounds left to spend. During Savage Tiger Mark round, all skills become unbreakable, and at 0 convert all skills that spend unique ammo to Unbreakables. Skills that spend Tiger Mark round gain 2 power and inflict 2 more burn potency and count on hit, but only while it has rounds to spare. So the Tiger Mark rounds and Savage Tiger Mark rounds are actually helping fix up his status effect application. Oh, and his passive. When one ally with the fastest speed uses a skill that spends ammo. Oh. Well, I'm already not interested. If their speed is fast by 3 or more, deal more damage. This effect does not activate if they lack ammo, but it will activate if they have ammo, even if they have 0 rounds left. Interesting. And let's look at what these actually do. Gain Unrelenting Shin instead of Unrelenting Spirit. That's it. I mean, we already know that this actually gains the Tangle Cleaver some Unbreakable coins, but it's only doing it, it only does it if you have the 3 Sloth. Savage Tiger Mark round. And yeah, that does the same thing. Okay, so, I wonder if somehow you could... if you want to bring Thumb Sinclair in, you actually need Heavy Pride. But just for fun, let's look at Regret for a moment. Leftmost skill loses 1 base power and gains 2 coin power. If you activate the Corrosion, then you gain Bind and Blunt power. And 3 Bind is actually enough to counterbalance the Unrelenting Shin. So you have a chance to roll -4 speed. Just a chance though, so that's 1 Blunt power up, 2 Blunt power up. We lose 1 base power but gain 2 coin power. Now let's say that he had an extra skill slot. 1 wrath power and 1 blunt power, but unfortunately he also gains haste. Let's just ignore that 1 blunt power then. And say that we are at about 3 power in total. Then gain a base power. So basically regret has broken even. Eight plus 6. So that's 26 at full power. But now the real question. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's rolling an 18 conditionless. But we throw in the 2 coin power for the super billet for the conditionals. That becomes 28. Now let's also consider what happens if we throw in regret. That's 35 from the coins alone. Yeah, it's crazy. But I am not going to throw more stuff at it. So for now, something that I have been delaying on. Uptying Ishmael. Honestly, Family Hiearch Ishmael looks kinda lame. She doesn't have enough poise count. She just barely breaks even on poise count, but only if other people manage her rupture for her. It's pretty lame. Anyway, raise her base speed from 3 to 5 to 3 to 6. Gain poise count on Clash Win. If target has rupture, gain coin power. If target has lots of negative effects, gain clash power. On crit, inflict defense level down. On crit kill, gain offense level next turn. I guess if you do get the coin power boost, then it might work. On use, at 3+ ready, gain coin power. So that's how long it took to get her out of the back row. When killing the target, gain poise equal to rupture on target. If this unit gain poise count equal to the rupture count. 2 per enemy once per turn. Yeah, it just doesn't feel that nice. Okay, she gains her skill 3, which is unbreakable. She gains 3 to 7 speed. On crit, gain poise count, so it breaks even, I guess. Gain poise count on crit kill against an enemy. Coin power for her skill 1. Coin power for her skill 2. And gain her backup passive, which allows her to jump straight in. If this unit is defeated in an encounter, apply assist to the subsequently substituting identity. In chain battles, if this unit is a backup or has retreated. Among identities that are at 50% lower HP and use a defensive skill, use the identity with the fastest deployment order. They recover from stagger and perform a battlefield retreat. It doesn't work on people who have full stagger, but
곱빼기도 안 비치더니 제목 한번 쳐보러 난양우에 모이셨군요.
we might as well see the Uptie story. Makes you wonder why they even hold these banquets, doesn't it? Had they come, they would have done naught but bring displeasure to you. Have you not said as such yourself? I guess that's true. The child walked out of the banquet hall and let out a deep sigh, folding her fan. All she got for attending a Dangwon banquet for once. No one came to the banquet but my big brother with that silly smile, huh? It was a nearly empty party. The family hierarch and the family elders whom she actually came to see all had some business to attend and only left her letters and notes. And the people who were indifferent about her didn't even bother showing their faces. So essentially there was but a single family member who was there to welcome her. This being an inauspicious place, it has already been anticipated they would not hail your return with open arms. Yet I sense that aught is certainly awry. Ow, my head's already starting to hurt just thinking about it. However, with all credit to your efforts, we may as well have passed the first round already. Protect what you have, collect what intelligence that may be gained, and we shall be able to garner what wisdom there is to be found about the competition. Let not haste taint your wisdom. The first round of the family hierarchy evaluation was to bring them a clue of immortality. Fortunately, after a long and grueling journey, the child was able to find herself or what she sought. Can't believe we actually managed to scoop up some of the deep place from the whale's traces. We were really in luck, huh? Geez, I'm still shaking from what a close call that was. First time in the lakes, almost devoured by the waves as soon as we sailed out. It could not be helped. You are of the Gia family. You must have had no visit you Corp even once. Yeah, I really up sailing out blindly in my voyage to the Great Lake in search for the clue for immortality, but Carmen, the quality's going downhill. Oh, too early for that observation, I suppose. But it's all right. Nothing to worry about. That's not what the observer of this possibility is curious to learn, is it? The fact that the child has never been to the Great Lake. The fact that the child was born as a scion of the Gia family. They're all trivial issues as long as there was an observer, a wishmaker. With the mere act of witnessing and only witnessing, the world reflected on the mirror will only grow clearer. Yes, as it does now. What was it you said a second ago? Okay. He who harbours an iridescent light in his eye, oh he who glimmers and showers the world with the gem's shine. Yet hidden it remained for long shadowed years in his embrace. The fell omen shall return and tears of red shall flow like a great winding river. What a creepy song to hear as soon as we walk out into the streets. I guess that's Hongwan for you. What an egregious song this is. The gem of Hongwan cannot be referring to anyone else other than Lord Baoyu. Well, I get how these songs can spread. He sure is a frightening foe, I can't deny that. The song called him a fell omen, and aptly so. He is feared by every family hierarch candidate in the competition. At first, what they felt was envy. Envy for the gem of Hongwan, who was praised and loved by the elders. But that envy soon turned to fear when the gem began to ruthlessly wield the favour and love as his power to expand his network and dominate the competition. Every move he made was a threat against the other candidates. But what the child fears is something else. The scariest thing about him is that none of us have any idea what he's thinking behind that smiling face of his. So wait, he was the one who came to welcome you back, isn't he? That would probably be pretty terrifying, wouldn't it? Yet has he not always shown quite the pleasant degree of gentleness towards you, miss? He thought it kind to visit your banquet after all. Were you not quite close with him in your youth? Yeah, we used to be pretty close. I followed him around because he'd always play with me wearing that silly smile of his, but that smile just feels so... I don't know, it makes my skin crawl. I understand, for there is aught I could presume. Yeah, though I might just be letting my emotions get the better of me. However, I have faith that you are not one to suspect without cause. Aught of his smile must have given you this perplexing sensation. The child shakes her head, trying to clear her mind after sharing her concerns to her right-hand man. Analyzing the other candidates was all well and good, but she decided that it would be best for her to focus on what she has at this very moment. I'm just worried that even the concern might be premature, to be honest. We gotta focus on protecting on what we have until the evaluation day. And let us return to Fort of Warm Fragrance. In a while I got to sleep in my own room, huh? The same night, the latter edge of high hour. Contrary to what she said, the child cannot seem to fall asleep. Well, it's more like she wasn't thinking of going to sleep at all tonight. This was her first night back in Hongwan. She knew it pretty much a guarantee she'd be getting ambushed. If she doesn't survive the ambush, even if she were to be revived later, the clues she brought would be gone. And she wasn't wrong. This She family's snake man has released the serpents. No place like home, right? I would have thought they were underestimating me had tonight been completely unpeaceful. Yet strange. Yi Sang, this is not the time for one of your weird puns. Oh, YS. The child muttered at her right-hand man, who somehow found it inappropriate to make a pun in this tense situation. But he only looked back at her in confusion, as though it was no joke at all. I wish also that this situation indeed called for jests, yet it seems that I have neglected aught. It is not the Shi family that holds these servants' leash. There was a sound of several pairs of powerful legs kicking the ground, followed by the terrified screams of her clansmen. The child's expression hardened with the realization that she was under even greater danger than she had thought. The hares, the rats. No, there's more? Our clan is under attack. We must have allowed the Mao to strike them in the dark. The rat swarm is coming to overwhelm us. And here I was wondering where you'd all gone instead of coming to my banquet. That is a heartless thing to say, Ishmael. I was the only one who filled a seat at that barren banquet of yours at Dahuating, wasn't I? Big brother Bao Yu? Huh. So much for trusting anyone in this stupid house. Looks like you found a hidden knack for knifing people in the back while I was gone, huh? Are you sure knack is the right word? Please, I've learned and studied hard for this. How did you even get a hold of the snake's leashes? I guess all this question is kind of pointless, huh? He carries himself with the air of an enlightened person, but the child knows that it's all a charade. His laid-back attitude wasn't prudence, it was arrogance. And every word spoke of humanity, of righteousness that came out of his mouth was hollow. Ooh, it is a bad end ID, huh, then? I never should have let my guard down. Damn be the good memories we shared. He's still seeking to gain understanding even in a jam like this. I'm so proud of you. I'm a Jia. It's pretty much a given quality in us. But wouldn't you have to survive tonight first if you wanted to put that understanding to good use? And that seems kinda untenable for you, doesn't it? Young Lord Bao Yu, that is... Enough talk. Nothing will come of this conversation anyway. I'll prove myself by surviving tonight. So you're not giving up? Okay, Ishmael. That's what you want. Go ahead. But I hope you've left your regrets behind. The child prepared for battle, calming herself as the shadowy beasts poured into her room. Most other candidates would have folded here out of fear. But she wasn't going down that easily. She was going to put her all into surviving tonight, as she always has done. Yeah, I'm probably going to regret this. But it's really not like me to back down. Not here. The struggle against the current, surviving through these deadly, painful circumstances. She was used to it all, just as she was to the smile the man before her wore. So Carmen's now interfering outside of Walpurgisnacht, although yeah, I did kind of pick up on what this was because social media. Okay, if we give us her final up tie, if the target has 5+ types of negative effects, gain clash power. Gain up to 2 coin power. Crimson Phoenix, if the target has 4+ rupture, gain coin power. So rupture and negative effects can give her a decent amount of coin power here, but 14 is still a pathetic skill. I don't care how many coins are on it. On hit, inflict rupture count. At least having some rupture count already means that she doesn't deplete all of them. Gain poise count equal to rupture count on target to a maximum of 3. Why are you putting a maximum on this? Oh, and a nice base and coin power boost for Crimson Spring. 22 by default, but gain attack weight if the target has lots of negative effects. At launcher, gain more attack weight. Coin power plus 2 for every 3 negative effects to a maximum of 6. I'll give that for a single coin skill. This is actually looking to be pretty strong. Okay, her skill 1, her return skill. At 3+ ready, gain coin power plus 2. Consume all ready to gain ready on self times 2 attack weight. Huh. It's interesting, but it's messy. She's going to struggle to keep her poise count going without retreating. That's the problem. Anyway, yeah, I've wasted a few too many pulls. I'm probably gonna go and be miserable somewhere. I'll have a hot shower. And then I'll come back and make myself miserable trying to beat Shift 19, because Shift 19 is garbage. Until next time, guys, take care. I'll see you all around.
창고가 가득 차야 예절을 안다고 식사에 돈을 아낄 필요는 없어요. 그런 푼돈보다 세가의 사기와 상태가 훨씬 중요하니까.